When dividing with decimals, first make sure you set up the problem correctly. In 17 divided by 4, and I set it up with the division bracket, it actually looks very different. I put the 4 on the left side where it originally was on the right. Please make sure you remember to do that. Now, I'm going to divide 4 into the first digit, 1. 4 doesn't go evenly into 1, so I'm actually going to skip the first digit, move on to the second, and see if 4 goes into both of them. So 4 into 17 now. 4 does go into 17 4 times. 4 times 4 is 16 with a remainder of 1. And then a lot of people do this, and they remember this from elementary school. They add a remainder 1 because that's what is left over. In my class, don't ever do this. If I see that, it is instantly marked wrong. Let's try this again. This is 17 divided by 4. 4 goes into 17 4 times, 16 with a remainder of 1. This is where we left off. What we're actually going to do is we're going to add a decimal point here, and a 0, since 17.0 is still 17. So we actually haven't changed the problem at all. And now I'll drop this down, 0, to right here, 10. Now I'll divide 4 into 10. And that goes in there 2 times. Now notice this is where the decimal is. I'm going to move it straight up here, right above where it is. So that means that keeping things aligned with your numbers is incredibly important, so you know your decimal ends up in the right place. 2 times 4 equals 8. Subtraction, I have 2 remaining. So I'm going to add yet another 0, and we're going to bring that 0 down. 4 goes into 20 5 times evenly with no remainder. So we now know that 17 divided by 4 is 4.25, or 4 and 25/100ths. Let's look at one more example. Let's say 11.1 divided by 2. Now this one already has a decimal in it. So that's okay. We're going to set that up properly. We're going to divide 11.1 by 2. Now, 2 doesn't go into 1. 2 goes into 11 though, and it goes in there only 5 times though, leaving me with 10, with a remainder of 1. Now, before I move, I'll drop down the next digit, and I will be dividing to 11 again, but don't forget to move the decimal up. So, how many times does 2 go into 11? 5 times again. 5 times 2 is 10, leaving me with a remainder of 1. Now, I don't have any more digits, so I make one. I make a 0, drop that down, and I go divide into that next number. 2 goes into 10 5 times evenly. And now I'm actually finished with my problem. So 11.1 divided by 2 is 5.55. 5 and 55/100ths.